the year 2022. Markéta had friends coming to visit us all the way from Czech Republic, where Markéta is from. Markéta's my wife, just in case you don't know the lore. Anyway, they were coming to visit. And here's the thing. When you come to the US for the first time to visit, you probably don't want to spend a lot of time here in the Circle City, Indy. You probably want to go do something more fun. What you probably want to go do is see some of the national parks out west, which is, you know, fun, tight. So if I'm gonna go along on this trip, then obviously I gotta bring one of these cameras. Probably wanna do medium format, big, beautiful landscapes and vistas. Probably wanna do 6x7, but the RB67 is way too big and way too heavy. So it was 2022, and I did the only thing that made any sense. I bought a Nikon fe2 to go on a nice long photo trip, and I really wanted to pack light. This camera isn't light, it's an absolute brick, but it is way lighter, way easier, and a much better traveling medium format experience than the glorious RB67. May she rest in peace. I mean, she's fine, she's just right back there, but she wasn't gonna get to come on this trip, that's for damn sure. Let me introduce you to the players in the game before we get this long ass story started. There's my wife, Markéta Růžičková. Then there's her best friend, Hannah. Then there's Hannah's boyfriend, Peter. And then there's Hannah's brother, Rostia. These are the people I was gonna be spending 10 days with out west, trekking across vast distances, avoiding bears and mountain lions, and mostly shooting a bunch of really cool film photography. That was at least the plan. All right, so let's talk locations. We were gonna leave out of Indianapolis, fly into Vegas, stay in Vegas for a day. After Vegas, we were gonna go to Zion National Park. After Zion National Park, we were gonna drive over to the Grand Canyon. After the Grand Canyon, we were gonna go through Arizona, spend some time in the Golden Valley, stop to see our homie in Barstow the next day. We're gonna head up to the Sequoia National Park. And then after Sequoia, we were gonna make our way to Yosemite. And then after Yosemite, finally, we were gonna spend one day in LA before flying back home. This was gonna be one hell of a trip. I was gonna bring a gang of film, and I was gonna shoot my best and make sure that none of it got scanned in any of the flights. That was pretty much my main concerns. Well, anyway, I didn't know that it was gonna be a video at the time, but I did shoot a bunch of stuff, so we're gonna jump into that, and we'll jump back here occasionally to have a discussion about, you know, what's going on in the video, because that's how YouTube videos work. So before the trip even began, we spent some time here in Indianapolis. Not a lot of photos from that, but here are a few. We got to hang out with my family. We went to a wedding of a friend. And we partied, but there are no shots from the party, so technically it didn't happen. So on this trip, I thought that I'd bring two portable synthesizers with me, an OP1 and an OPZ, both by Teenage Engineering, so that way I could make a little bit of music on the go. This was a cool idea, but honestly, it was a bit much. I also brought the Context TVS with me. Markéta wanted to shoot some stuff, so I gave her the easy point and shoot camera with the super nice lens on it. And on top of that too, I wanted to shoot 35mm as well, so I brought my Nikon fe2 with me. So for anybody who's counting, that is 1, 2, 3 cameras on this trip. I'm only using 2, and I still kind of think that 2 is too many, but I was a little worried about bringing this Nikon fe2 with me and trying it for the first time, that I had to kind of bring a backup camera that I knew well, that I would be able to do well with. So I guess my Nikon is my security blanket. Shortly after we landed in Vegas, we walked around a bit. Nothing was really catching my eye and seeming like it was jumping out to take photos of, so I didn't.
Oh, hello. Woo! These are our friends. Woo! Day one of the vlog, we lost the car somewhere inside of Paris. So that's what I'm doing right now. Vegas is fun. Not the kind of place where I want to take a bunch of pictures until nighttime. Maybe shoot a little bit of cine still, you know. But for right now, we out here.
After spending a little bit of time in the city, we headed out to the Hoover Dam. Been a place that I'd always wanted to see. I visited in video games before, so I wanted to go check it out in real life. And if I'm being honest, it was kind of sad because the water level was down so low. But also, it was kind of nice. But also, well, I'll explain it.
Just a little too high up for me, personally. But it looks nice.
Yeah, it turns out being up that high makes me a little nervous. Also makes my photos come out poorly. That's my excuse. This photo didn't come out very good, but I still wanted to show it just to show the sad state of Lake Mead. Driving out of Vegas to Zion was one of the most scenic drives I'd ever been on. I didn't know it at the time, but almost every other little drive from one park to another was gonna be like this. So we got into Zion. We didn't have a ton of time to spend there, but we did walk around and get some really good shots.
Take a picture of me.
Picture of you with the mountains? Okay. Hello from beautiful scenic Zion Park. This is Rustia. I don't know if I've introduced him yet in this vlog, but I just did. Anyway, taking a couple of photos, doing a little bit of hiking. Let me flip this camera. As you can see, these are the people I'm hiking with, and these are the views. It's gonna be really tough taking photos because of the deep shadows, but I'm really excited to give it a try. So let's see how they come out.
Turns out it's pretty difficult shooting in valleys and mountains, but I think I got some nice shots out here. Also, not sure what's going on with the light leaks from the Makina.
What you making?
It's going to be a mac and cheese.
Dang. We was also doing a little bit of drinking, so when I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, it was just a beautiful vista of stars and then deer watching.
Hey, we're currently camping, so I made some camping music.
It's kind of hard to explain the Grand Canyon. I'm sure some of you have been there, so you guys get it, but pictures and video really don't do it justice. It's so big that you kind of have to see it, if that makes any sense.
Currently hanging out, taking pictures. So shoot a little 35. It looks okay out here. I mean, trees, you know. This. It's kind of hard to take pictures of. It's a little too big. Like, I don't know where to point the camera. I just look at it. I mean, I don't know. So anyway, been rocking. I usually take pictures of people. And so taking pictures of, you know, the landscape is difficult. But we're gonna see how they come out. We're gonna see how they're looking. We're gonna keep it going. Also gonna take a couple pictures of people too. You know, I can't get away from the niche. These are my guys.
This is one of my favorites from the Grand Canyon, and it doesn't feature the Grand Canyon. We spent a lot of time at the Grand Canyon and got a lot of really good photos. I think some of this black and white stuff is just awesome. No matter how much I enjoy looking at these photos, it still quite doesn't do it justice. All right, I'm kind of digging these Grand Canyon portraits. So the Grand Canyon was the last park that we would be at for a good stretch. And by a good stretch, I mean about a day. We had to drive through Arizona, into California, and then through California some more to get to the Sequoia National Forest. So before that, we stopped in the Golden Valley.
Pretty much everywhere, it's gonna be hot.
And now the Golden Valley is a place in Arizona that is hotter than Satan's butthole and very dry. And also, we thought we were gonna be staying in a cottage, but what we were really staying in was kind of a shed. The Golden Valley was awesome, but didn't get a lot of photos there. We were in a valley, so the sun set really fast, but I did get a cool little time lapse. Seeing the sequoias was one of the things I was most excited for. It's something that I had known the most about. I mean, they're kind of iconic. I even got a pretty dope crew neck from there, but I wasn't ready for how high off the ground they were. In my mind, it was just a forest that was, you know, ground level, not all the way up an absolute steep ass, ridiculous mountain drive. Once again, I'm not afraid of heights, just not used to driving around them. So I'll let Marquetta take over this one. Okay, I'm afraid of heights, a little bit.
Hello, I'm narrating. Marquetta's driving us up a mountain. I'm experiencing extreme motion sickness and general terrifiedness, but this is what I'm seeing at least. This photo is what motion sickness looks like sitting still.
Okay, I'm afraid of heights. I can't help it. What do you want? All right, I'm just like mildly afraid of heights. The climb up to the top of the mountain was amazing, and I got one of my favorite shots from the whole entire trip there. This one right here, definitely my favorite. Also found out this cool little fun fact.
Someone just pointed out this interesting fact, all right? See these big ass trees? Choking on these nuts. You see these big ass trees? Some of them are like 2,500 years old. Some of them are 3,000 years old. So, these trees over here are older than Jesus. It's pretty impressive. Also, Marquetta keeps stealing my hat because we can't regulate our temperature.
I'm gonna get the took.
You're gonna stop calling it a took or I'm gonna send you back to Canada.
It's a took.
This was gonna be the only day we spent in the park, so before we left, we knew we wanted to do a hike. I'm a Midwestern boy. I'm used to a sea level lifestyle. Not sea level as in like A through B, you know what I mean? Like I'm used to like an A level lifestyle, obviously, but sea level as in where the water at, you know? And these mountains, they was high. They were very tall, well above sea level, 7,000 feet. And we did a hike up there and it was killing me.
We made it. You know what time it is.
Okay, well they all can't be winners, but I do like the monochromatic vibe of this one. Oh hey, what's up? It is me coming to you from
a hotel room because I'm on a little staycation. But, oh, Kenny, you have to say hi or it's going to sound like I'm having an affair. Say hi.
Hi.
Anyway, so yeah, we're doing a staycation. This video is too long. I'm not going to be able to get it out in January if I have to finish editing it. So there will be a part 2, ideally coming out in February. Please listen for it, stick around for it, check it out. That's all. That's it. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video all the way to the end. Bet you didn't see this coming. Ha ha!